said who you playing tomorrow.
Right, okay, that's Bob saying who we're playing, by the way. Just gotta get out there. Listen, hello, people. It's your boss, man, back again. As always, I'll be live, as Benji would say. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in the comment section. It's Man United v Everton. Someone's got my beautiful voice in the background, it's so good. But listen, we're going to discuss everything Manchester United, not just the game. You know, it's a Carabao Cup game. There's no VAR. It's kind of irrelevant, but it is what it is. On my left, I've got the homie. Man needs to... He's basically on the sort of... The Mount Rushmore. What's my talk tonight? Kojo, what is saying, G?
All good, my brother. All good. You know, the podcast host here yet again. What do you say, man?
Yes, all good, man. All good, man. Fresh from bantering Arsenal fans. As always going to get me through the day. For once, I'm spotting Arsenal. They're still shit, so it is what it is. Man City with another easy draw. It's pissing me off. And also, we are here with the man with a beautiful beard. You know, I've got beard envy and all that good stuff. I had to cut mine off, you know. I couldn't deal with the pressure of trying to live up to it. But anyway, you say, brother, you good?
I'm good, man. Hope everyone's well as well, man.
Yes, good to have you. Good to have you. Listen, Man United, we got Pastor Fred. We got Pastor Benji in the building. What are you saying, brother?
I'm good, man. Look. Obviously, I'm trying to fly out. I can't see, man.
Jeez!
Man's
catching
I'm trying to leave the tier 4.
Yeah, man's international and that, you know. So, you know, listen, make sure you show love to Benji, innit? He's the OG and that. Listen, yeah. So, what? We got Bits and Bobz representing McSauce from Scotland. What are you saying, brother?
Yeah. So what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobz. Listen, man, the Scottish Yaya Toure, live and direct. We out here. Shout out to the man there.
Listen, I can't wait to talk about Scott McTominay because the amount of shit I've got on Twitter because of my comments prior to the game. But it's all good in it. I'll take the L in it. And we've got the man himself. We're going to be, I've seen the tweet from the missus talking about Karl. So I just DM'd him said, listen, we need to run Karl, but it is what it is. It's Karl from the United family. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, mate. Sorry, it's my fault. We're probably almost 10 minutes late, but apologies. So, mate, how is everyone? All right?
Yes, everyone's in good spirits, man. It makes a change for once today. You know, things could always be worse. As we keep telling ourselves, we could always be Arsenal fans. And last but not least, the American we love to love, as he says. We got Sean in the building. What are you saying, brother?
Everyone's favorite Yank, or the one they love to hate. Anyway, what's a tier system? We don't know about that over here. We just living and running, baby.
I got mum with the bars, man. We got Noah in here saying, listen, man, lads, the AFT are losing to Man City 4-1. Take your time with it. Listen, it is what it is. Look, Sean's already on it. Honestly, God, I'm a bit good. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping Arsenal would pull it back or do something for us, but they use this as always. But that aside, let's talk Manchester United, Everton. It is the Carabao Cup. It is the quarterfinal, potentially another semi-final. It's Kojo. We'll start with you first and foremost regarding the trophy in general. You know, what are your thoughts? Do you think there's enough importance on this game for you personally as a United fan?
I'm always up for winning stuff, regardless of what it is. So, if we're in a competition, you've made it to the quarterfinal. Man like Mike, you know. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. If there's a chance to win something, I'll take it all day long. Win the quarterfinals. So once you get to that stage, why not try and get even further? So tomorrow's game is obviously not the most important to the competition overall, but I'm always up for winning that game. And our away records domestically, anyway, has been very good. So why not try and continue that in the cup game and then take it on to the weekend as well? Keep winning games, don't lose the momentum.
Yeah, no, Ali, as Kojo just mentioned at the end there, which for me personally is the key for this game, momentum. How important is it that we keep this run going? Because I believe the last 7 games we won 6, drawn 1, which was against Man City. All our fans were pissed by that one. But in general, the momentum, how important is it to keep that going?
No, it's crucial, man, especially for the squad in terms of getting those wins and progressing far in the cup, etc. I think it's vitally important. I think most importantly, Ollie wants a trophy. Ollie definitely wants a trophy under his name as well, so he'll be going out for that victory as well, man.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think Ollie has to get a trophy for me personally, you know, that is what the ethos of the club is. Benji, got a comment here. Pass it to you first. Do you think we need to rotate for tomorrow's game? Which one's more important tomorrow at Leicester? What do you reckon?
Yeah, of course we need to rotate. But rotation for us and our squad isn't really rotation because the people that come off the bench can easily do a job for us. Like, look, you got people like Cavani, Juan Mata, Donny van der Beek. You got Henderson on the bench as well. You got Kanzebe, you know, Brandon Williams. There's players on the bench. It's not like last season,
Mandy, Benji Fosu-Mensah, you know.
Yeah, Fosu-Mensah. all of that. So I think we need to rotate, but I still think what Fergie done. Leave 4 or 5, 6 first teamers and rotate the rest. Then when the game's done, you just take them off. It's as simple as. Don't rotate the full 11 and we get knocked out. It's stupidness.
Yeah, no, Bobz, obviously, as Benji just mentioned there in terms of rotating, this game for you, got someone commenting here. Oh, it's Mike, actually, you heard me. Fernandes has to start. He's a bad boy player from a Liverpool fan. Yo, do you think Bruno has to play this game? What do you reckon? Or do you rest him and put him in the making?
No, personally, yeah. Bruno has to play. Ollie, look, it's a trophy, you know. I don't care. He needs the trophy. We need to install this winning mentality, and it's the first trophy up for grabs. So Bruno needs to play, have a strong spine for the centre back, centre mid, and centre forward. And Bruno has to play. You know, it could be one of those games where after an hour the job's done. Do you know what I mean? So he has to play, man, 100%. And Ollie, I mean, I wouldn't bat an eyelid if he played a strong team because we need to win. You know, the only few people that there's a certain part of the fan base we have that will probably shut up for a bit if he wins a trophy. So I wouldn't mind peace personally. So yeah.
Karl, what do you reckon? I know you're a huge fan of Ollie, and you know, obviously you're always defending him on social media. Do you feel Ollie needs to go for this trophy? You know, there's an opportunity for us to get to another semi-final. A lot of people criticizing Ollie last season because, you know, we didn't get through the semi-final stage. Is this an important game for us tomorrow?
It depends how you look at it, mate. I think it would be if we weren't in the title race, because as mad as that sounds, right? We literally are in a title race, and I think this is an unnecessary game. I'm putting it out there. I know, like, I want to win trophies and that, but when do we ever want to win the league? Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. Like, we're so close to the top of the league at Christmas. I feel like we could probably give this up and push on. So say if let me just put it in a scenario for you. So say if we went like probably, you know, 3/4 strength, Fernandes, Donny, Pogba, you know, Maguire, Lindelof, lose at Leicester, pick up an injury, lose at Everton, pick up an injury in that game, lose at Leicester, and imagine, mate. Yeah, imagine the uproar. I think we could afford to maybe either play some of the guys that need minutes, Cavani, Tuanzebe, Henderson, you know, Donny, maybe Greenwood, because he's pretty fresh now after he didn't play the other week.
Yeah, definitely.
And then go into Leicester with like fully fit Bruno, Pogba, etc., because I think the Leicester game is way more important than this Everton game.
Yeah, no, I agree in terms of the importance. I think the Leicester game is definitely more important. We've got someone here, Mo, commenting, also saying, yeah, go full throttle in the league, at least in a way secure top 4 as early as possible. I don't think we're going to secure top 4 until the last couple of weeks, to be honest, because the league is that tight at the moment. But in terms of what you said there, Sean, in terms of what Karl has said, you've not really said throw the game. Obviously, we don't ever want to throw the game, but you've kind of said that you want to see the sort of fringe players get minutes. I think for me personally, just me throwing it out there, I don't want to see Maguire play this game at all. Like, I'm all Wan-Bissaka, because how much minutes do them two need to play? And Bruno as well. Look, we need to keep Bruno fit, man. We have to. Like, Sean, what are your thoughts on what Karl said there?
So here's my feeling. Here's the reason why I think that Ollie should be under pressure at times, because I think we forget that the squad that we have now is not the squad that we've been dealing with for the last 3 seasons. You know, we're deep, and I hope that Mike is listening right now, because we bring people off the bench better than some starting in their midfield. So just remember this. Yeah, it was me in the comments last night, by the way. Listen, just remember this. you know, our squad has some deep players, and who didn't play the other day, right? We have players on our bench better than guys that started. So we can say we're rotating the squad, but it's still better than anything Everton has to offer. You know, it's still better. So for me, I agree that we need a trophy. Ollie needs a trophy. I'm not Ollie's greatest fan as a manager. I love him as a player. I hope that he wins trophies because that's shirts off time for us. I mean, that's the romance of that. But let me just say it. At the end of the day, you know, I think Bruno, we got to be careful not to burn him out because he has made a huge difference to our squad since he's came in. You know, he really has. So we really have to be careful with how we are with Bruno. However, you know, unless the second biggest diver in Liverpool is playing tomorrow, he wears 7 in blue and not the other number in red. Because that's the biggest diver in Liverpool. Unless Richarlison's playing, I mean, they don't offer too much for us to be concerned about. 3-1 all day, we're slapping them. Let's go. Let's have it.
Sean's not even holding, but I don't even ask for Scorpions. You only start a video, Sean. Relax. But you know, at least Sean's not holding back. Man's taking shots at Liverpool. Both bonds of Liverpool, man's like,
they're close enough to Everton. We might as well have it.
Yeah, it's true, man. They're both coming at the end of the day. And to be fair, I've got nothing against Everton, but it's what it is. Listen, I want to talk about mentality. You know, as United fans, one thing that we definitely know is the mentality since Sir Alex Ferguson has dropped significantly. Like, for me personally, I'm hearing what most of you guys are saying in terms of the call. But Kojo, in terms of the importance of winning a trophy, regardless of what the trophy is, yes, I agree. The Leicester game is definitely more important because, you know, you judge on your league form at the end of the day. We could lose in the semi-final again. So, you know, this game might have no importance come the end of the season. But we just need to get a trophy under our belt, don't we? It's always going to be Jose Mourinho when he comes into the league. The guy always wins the League Cup first. Whatever team he's with, League Cup is his bread and butter culture. Like, how important? I know everyone wants us to rotate the team, but how important is it to actually just get our hands on some silverware?
It's extremely important. I mean, funny enough, even in the times that we've been stressed in the last 7-8 years, we haven't won 2 out of the rest of the trophies that we could win in terms of the Premier League and Champions League. Obviously, they're the big 2 in it, so you want to win one of the big 2. But we haven't been, in terms of being successful, we haven't been poor in terms of success. Stuff has still come in, and I like that. I want us to bring in more trophies. For me, I don't think the mentality at Old Trafford, even under Sir Alex Ferguson, with all the importance we had on the top 2 trophies, was ever win this competition. It doesn't matter. You go out there to win games, innit? So you put a team out to win. That's it. That's enough discussion for me. So, you know, put out a team that's strong enough to win the game. Don't put out a team that you think could win the game. Put a team that you're confident in. You can still rest players and do so. Pogba didn't play against Leeds. You can play him in this game. Give him some fitness. Maybe play him 60 minutes if you plan to play him on the weekend against Leicester. You know, you can do all these kind of things. So, you know, you can still put out a good enough team to go and win this game and do whatever. So I'm not taking anything else. I just want us to win the game, and if you can win the trophy, go on and win it. I won't take anything else.
Yeah, Ali, I'm just going to throw this to you as well. I'm just thinking about it. Like, in terms of the League Cup, the finals in February, right? Like, I know everyone thinks of the FA Cup's more prestigious, but in terms of our season as it stands, you know, how huge could it potentially be? You know, you heard Karl say we're potentially in the title race. You know, we could be in the title race. In February, the final of the League Cup, if we go all the way and end up winning the trophy, that could potentially kick us on even further, really. How important do you think that would be in terms of momentum going forward?
No, it's crucial. I think even the games now, where I think the games that we're sort of winning right now, we're playing well, that boosts confidence. So you sort of put that momentum, you sort of go along with that one. It builds us. I mean, Bruno talks about mentality all the time. That guy's just his win mentality just oozes around the team as well. So, like I said, yeah, it might be in February, but that build-up of winning games and going far, going deep in cups, etc., will help us in Europe, help us in the Premier League. But I think Kojo's spot on. We have to win a trophy. We've come this far in it. I think Ollie would have learned from the FA Cup against Chelsea, where he made those. We sort of made those mistakes. I don't think he'll make it this time around because, like I said, he wants that trophy under his belt.
Yeah, no, I personally think like the reason I'm asking about the trophy thing is because last season we got to 3 semi-finals, and obviously Sean, you're next in line. I think my current issue at the moment with the club is, and I suppose you can put this on Oli or the players. Every time we get in a situation where we need to win a game, the RB Leipzig game, we need to get a result. The PSG game, we need to get a result. Last season, any of the 3 semi-finals, we need to get a result. Last season, every time Chelsea dropped points, we seem to drop points, even though we've been. It was at 8. I think it was a start like 7 times Chelsea dropped points. We've played after them and then dropped points. The point I'm trying to make is every time there's a bit of pressure on us, Sean, the team seem to bottle it. Like the mentality is clearly not there, is it?
No, I think you bring up a valid point, and this is one of the things that I've asked people when we've really discussed Ole for the long term. All these people calling for him to be sacked this year. I don't care what you think about the long term. I don't think that shouldn't happen this year. In my opinion, we'd have to go on a horrible run. This guy needs to see out this year. The Ole in and out thing needs to quit. In my opinion, we need to be pressuring the board to back him in January and see where we end up, and then make decisions. That's just my opinion. We don't want to be knee-jerk and reactionary right now. Make your opinion up over what you've seen for years. So for me, my question is, are we becoming bottlers? Is the pressure that, on Ole to win, is it creating this atmosphere where the players are bottling it? Because I think the players, if anything, the majority of them, I feel they play for Ole. Personally, I think a lot of them like him. I feel like they've kept him in a job, to be honest with you. I feel like they do fight for him. I don't think that's denial. I mean, I don't think we could argue against that, in my opinion. I think he has the support of a lot of players. I just feel like ultimately we don't want to become that team. That's why I think a trophy is important, because it kind of breaks that cycle of feeling like we're almost there, kind of like how Spurs used to be. That's so Spursy.
Absolutely,
we used to always say that all the time. Consistent bottlers, and I don't want to be that. But I think that this year, I'm telling you, Oli Di Matteo, he's winning some stuff this year somehow or another.
Bro, if he Di Matteo's it, I would be nothing happier than that.
I'm not saying for me, I have reasons why I think he's not the long-term guy.
Next season, I'll take it.
But I want him to win some trophies this year. I don't care by hook or by crook. I don't care if he's got to go out full Van Gaal in it, rolling around on the sideline. Ollie, do whatever you need to do. Let's get these guys getting W's. That's what matters.
Yeah, Karl, let's just bring you in. Obviously, the question that Sean, the major criticism that we get is under Oli, you've seen every time we needed to, get the result, we kind of seem to bottle it, as Sean's alluded to. We don't want to be called Spurs, basically. Spurs are that team that notoriously bottle it under pressure. In terms of mentality, Karl, how important do you think it is for Oli to instill that winning mentality as a football player himself? He's had that himself, but do you feel he's doing enough as a manager at the moment to instill that in the players?
I think, it's hard to say, innit? Obviously, everyone mentioned the 3 semi-finals and stuff like that, but I think that comes down as well to being such a young side. Like, we were the youngest side in the league and every cup competition last season. So you've got to look at it realistically as like, yes, the manager maybe. No one knows what he said in the dressing room. Do you know what I mean? No one knows what he did at leading up to the games. But realistically, you got to look at it like if you're sending a bunch of kids onto a football pitch to play at Wembley in front of some of the biggest crowds they've ever played in front of, and it's such a high pressure game, it might literally just come down to a lack of winning mentality because they've never been in that situation. So if you look at it now, where we've added someone like, I say Maguire's not won anything as such, but he's older, he's more, he's played a decent level with England and that. You look at Cavani, Donny van der Beek's won constant trophies at Ajax. And little things like that could actually just tip us over. We weren't really that far away. Yeah. So that could just tip it that ever so slightly into us actually winning the games. And I think the League Cup is a good example now, because obviously it's not a two-legged thing in the semi-final this year because of the old Corona. So it might work in our favour if we beat Everton. But I don't know, mate. Yes, it could come down to the manager, but I think now we're in a better position than we were last year, where we've got that little bit more experience, a little bit more firepower. Like Sean said, we've got a little bit of depth now, and that is always helpful. No,
I completely agree with you. I do think there is a change. I think Cavani's. I know a lot of people were like, why are we saying Cavani? I think Cavani's, pardon me, his signing is probably the most instrumental one, really, in a sense, in the last couple of seasons. Not because of what he's doing on the pitch, but the similar impact that Zlatan had on the younger lads. You see Rashford, the way he speaks of Zlatan. Benji, just to bring you in here, Obviously, I know you're a huge Cavani fan. You know, we've got what someone's saying here. I think the mentality is starting to improve. Do you feel that the sort of the mentality is improved? Do you feel we're going in the right direction, Benji? And obviously, regarding Cavani as well, how important has he been within the dressing room, do you think?
In terms of going in the right direction, I don't know about that yet. It all rise and falls with trophies.
God.
It's like if you're working in a company and you haven't hit your target, then you haven't passed what you're supposed to do. In terms of players like Cavani and all these players that have come through,
Would you not say he hit his target last season, getting top 4?
No.
What was the target last season then?
I'm actually sure that every season you should at least win one cup.
No,
one trophy.
Benji, come on, not last season. No one expected to win a trophy last
you know
season.
why? Because this is the same thing that we all criticize Van Gaal for. But Van Gaal won a trophy. You understand? Mourinho won trophy. So Oli needs to add a trophy. He can't be at Manchester United for 2-3 years and not win a trophy. It's not about the feel-good factor. It's about more than that. But in terms of players like Cavani and all that stuff, what I believe Karl said was even true, because you need these players to come in and up the level and up the ante. It's like let's say, for example, if you're watching WWE, you're in the locker room and you have all these young superstars and the Undertaker walks in, they're gonna look up and think, "Raw." Like
the amount of wrestling analogies you've used in the last month or so is mad.
Yeah, they're gonna look raw, like he's around. But let's say, for example, Man United, like Rashford saying, "Oh, okay, this is how we win a league," but he's never won a league. Do you understand? Or like someone saying, "This is how you do this, how you do that." In football, you only respect the people that have done what they do in the game. So, for example, people laugh at people like Jordan Henderson and Co, because they're winning trophies. They have a lot of say. Like when they go away with the England camp, more people are gonna listen to Henderson than Maguire. So
what about this one? Benji, what about this one? This is a bit of a curveball. Arteta has won trophies and they are shit, and I've just lost 4-1. Rather have Ali and be in our position than theirs. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think, of course, they're not doing well at the moment, but I think we should have to focus on our club. Let's forget about everyone else. Focus on our club. And at the moment, we need to win trophies just to talk about, to actually say that we're a good team. Because a lot of us are always talking about Ollie's restored the feel-good factor, all of this. To restore the feel-good factor with the fans as well, and actually give us a trophy for supporting you this far. I think in terms of the Arsenal Arteta, at the end of the day, if they're both retired now, who's had a better career, Ollie or Arteta? It would be Arteta because he's won a trophy.
He's won the trophy, yeah.
Ollie's won a league at Mulder, so I'd rather take that than a dead FA Cup.
But that has no relevance.
It's 16th for Arsenal.
No.
16th for
Arsenal. Not even MLS.
Okay, listen, I know Arsenal will be on my side either. But listen, don't bullshit, right? Okay, I know it's some dead Norwegian league, right? But if someone says to you finish 16th with Arsenal Football Club, or you win the league in some random Norwegian league, you're not gonna tell. Bro, you know the humiliation that this guy's getting?
Obviously not, right?
Exactly.
Hear me out.
I'm
saying this, yeah. Bro, I'm not saying, no. What I'm saying is that, like, if Arteta walks out of the job right now, yeah,
right,
and someone else comes in and they stay up, right? Arteta's duration and his tenure at Arsenal is going to be that he won 2 trophies.
No, it's not.
That's what's going to be.
He won 1 trophy and he won a flipping plate. Everyone's going to remember. No Arsenal fans going to say, Arteta wins the FA Cup. They're going to say, my man almost got us fucking relegated. Are you telling me Arsenal fans that
I hear what you're saying, right? I hear what you're saying, but listen.
They almost relegated.
What is remembered in football? Trophies. That's it.
I know, that's true. However, you got to put into context. What I'm trying to say.
But what's the context, Usmaan?
The context is the starting 16s.
No. I hear what you're saying.
You're judged on your league form, not FA Cup.
Okay. Ollie walks. Ollie and Arteta.
Why did Van Gaal get sacked? Why did Van Gaal get sacked?
No.
He won the FA Cup.
Van Gaal won a trophy though.
No, but he got
sacked. Van Gaal won a trophy. Okay. Check this out. In the 2 years Ollie has been with Man United, he hasn't won a trophy. right?
So, okay, that's fair.
No, hear me out. Let me land.
We're going so off topic, it's unreal. Like, my question was going to be, I don't know how we got into Arsenal. Right, my question was going to be, ironically, does Ollie deserve enough credit? Does Ollie get enough credit? So, Bobz, I'll ask you the question anyways as we're discussing it. Because, look, let's be real, right? You know, we've all criticised Ollie. I know Karl's fully Ollie in here, so, you know, I know he hasn't. But in terms of the rest of us, we've all criticised him. Yes, granted, he should have got through the Champions League group. However, we are starting third, having not played our best football at the moment, having not had Martial firing, not had Pogba firing, Green was not started firing yet, Cavani's not really started firing, and we're still sat in a position where we're very close to the top. Granted, it's very early in the season, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But do you think we're being too harsh on Ali, which is the question?
Look, me and Karl were talking about this just previous. I think Ollie's big problem is Liverpool, Man City have been dominating and have won trophies. And I think, unfortunately, Community Shield is a trophy. Do you know what? It is a friendly. It's a glorified friendly. But look, here are the two sentences. If you lose, it's a friendly. If you win, it's a trophy. So, do you know what I mean? It's a fine line. But to answer your question, Usmaan, for me, I think Ollie's unfortunate because Liverpool have won the Champions League and Liverpool have won the league. Okay? And that's happened the last couple of years. And I think that's what Ollie's problem. And Man City have won in the last 7 years that we've not had Fergus. 7 years. They've won trophies.
Let him
Let me
Let him land. I want to get the other guys in this book.
On the contrary, okay, we have to look at the facts. And the facts is he hasn't won a trophy.
Okay.
So what do we judge our managers on? Trophies, style of football, what else? How we play. But at the end of the day, it's trophies. And
So
me personally,
if you win the trophy this season, yeah, hypothetically speaking, let's say we win the FA Cup, right? But we finish
when we win the league, yeah.
Go on, carry on. When we win the league, yeah.
Oh, when we win the league or when we win a domestic cup this year, right? Personally, for me, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, because I think personally with the squad we have, we should be winning a trophy. And maybe that just, shuts up a few people to like, I've won the trophy. What's the next debate? What's the next argument? All I'm going to say is that after 2 years, other managers have had a few trophies in the cabinet. So, if Ollie and Arteta were to walk away from their jobs tomorrow, everyone's going to be like, well, at least Arteta won a trophy.
I'll say Arteta's
Do you think Ollie's had the squad to win the trophy, though? Do you think Ollie's had the squad since he's been here, apart from this
If he was to go now with something, I'd be like, yeah, with the players we have, I expect you to do that.
3 semi-finals.
He's bottled 3 times.
I'm not even Ollie out.
The youngest squad in the league.
What are you saying, Karl? Sorry?
I said Kojo was like 3 semi-finals, yeah, with the youngest squad in the league.
But they
Yes,
got not 3 semi-finals. We got there.
That's fine, but there's only. But you got to look back when we got 3 semi-finals. Everyone's played every minute of every game because we got no depth, no quality of the bench.
Could you not argue that the team is not good enough to beat the teams that we lost to?
Yeah, Man City and Chelsea, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
No, they're good teams, but we've beaten them. So we can beat them. And Sevilla, we should have beat them.
Yeah.
So the fact that the semi-final shows me that the team is good enough to at least get to a final. But what is not letting them get over that edge? And it could be a player thing. You could be right. It could be them playing those 90 minutes over and over. Or it could be the mentality, and that's partly manager, partly player. It's a combination of both things.
Yeah, for me,
you can start blaming on it now.
I just think that I think Ollie doesn't matter what he does or what he doesn't do. There's always going to be a party or a group not happy, regardless. For me, obviously, I want him to win a trophy. We're Man United. I want him to win. I want him to do well. I just think he's just unfortunate that the scrutiny is completely different now. 100%. I just think the scrutiny is different because look, if Liverpool and Man City hadn't won any trophies in the last 7 years, and it was the odd Chelsea, Tottenham, Leicester, is Ollie scrutinised as much? Yes or no?
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously not. Well,
Yeah, it will be regardless. It will be scrutinized regardless.
He is. What do you mean? Come on.
Well, no, but no.
I'm
But
not
would
having-
it be to level of where like he has to
Yeah,
win a
of
trophy? He
course.
has to win a trophy. No,
Yeah,
it
he's at
wouldn't.
Man
Of
United.
course,
It
of
would. It
course.
would. Of course, it would. Listen,
course.
I was going to bring Sean in and Ali in on this before we come back to you guys. Right. Okay. I'm just going to lay this on to you. Obviously, I'm playing devil's advocate and stuff. So Ali, we'll come to you first and foremost, right? Let's just hear what Ali has done, right? You know, from where he inherited the squad. As someone, I can't remember who mentioned it already here, but it is quite clear that the players are playing for him. You know, you see how other clubs, you know, players down tools when the manager, things aren't going right. And there's been a lot of occasions that the players can definitely down tools under Ollie to potentially get him sacked when he's been under pressure, so to speak. However, they haven't. They've been resilient, they fought for him, they fought for the team. And what that sort of indicates to me is he's got a squad now that most of the players, bar maybe Pogba, arguably, want to actually be there. And, you know, when he first came in, we had the likes of Lukaku, Sanchez, Ash Young, Smalling, Mkhitaryan, etc. A lot of players that didn't want to be there. So, like, he's done that. He's got us into a position now that a lot of fans, including myself, believe this squad is good enough to challenge. So from where we were, where he started, to where we are now, do you not think he deserves a lot of credit when he's not getting that?
It's tough. I mean, from the work he's done in terms of getting rid of Deadwood, bringing in the right sort of players. Yes, he's made some mistakes in the transfer market, but he's got us to a point where, like I said a couple of weeks ago, he's taken us to a level which is his level. It would be difficult to take us to that next step. And I think Bobz is spot on. He joined at a time where Liverpool and Man City are absolutely flying. So he's going to get criticised anyway. And the league now is very competitive. So he joined at a time where probably the top 6 teams can probably go in there and actually fight for the title, apart from Liverpool and Chelsea, Liverpool and City, obviously fly with it. He does deserve credit, but I still think he's at a level where I don't think he can take us further. And he's shown that whether the players have let him down at times or he's got it wrong tactically, whether it's in-game management, whatever. I just think he's got to a point where he can only do as much as he can do. And I don't think he can take us to winning the Premier League. I don't think we'll do it this year personally. I just don't think Liverpool are just way too strong, way too consistent. The players are all on form, etc. I'm not only a fan, but he does deserve some credit, but he's reached his level.
All right, okay, fair play. Sean, just the same question to you, then obviously we'll actually talk about that the game in hand, which we'll discuss it, which is the Everton one. Sean, what do you reckon? Do you think he deserves more credit? And obviously, on top of what the other guys have said, what do you reckon?
Okay, here's how I feel about it. I feel like I try to be fair and balanced when it comes to Ollie, because I do believe that Ollie gets a free pass a lot of times from a lot of our fan base because of who he is. There's a sentimentality attached to it because most of us love the guy. We love him as a player. Yeah. And there's a lot of good things that he's done. I feel like you cannot look at everything that he's done and say he hasn't done some good things. He has. Some players have went forward under his management. Other players have regressed. The fact is, my biggest issue with Ollie is that I feel like he's the guy leading to the guy, and I feel he's done an okay job, but there's some basic things he gets wrong that's there for everyone to see. And even Gary Neville said it, that if it was any other manager, we'd have been killing him, especially after the last Leipzig game that knocked us out of the Champions League. Here's how we get a treble out of Ollie this year. Man, I call him, I love Ollie, but out of respect, I call him man like Tidy Cats because he has 9 lives. So here's how you get the trophies from Ollie this year. Right before the semifinals, you leak stories to that disgusting paper, whether it's the MEN or somewhere else, with a picture of Poch meeting with Ed. I don't care if you have to superimpose the picture in, right? The moment Ollie should go or thinks he's gone, the guy does a Mazza. He
always
everything.
wins when his back's against the rope. I love it.
Make it up. Make it up. Let's get this guy some trophies.
No, what they need to do? No, they did with Michael Jordan when he made that story up in the documentary.
Yeah.
And they interviewed the guy later on. He goes, "It didn't happen. I just made it up," and he took it personally. They need to do that with Ali.
Well, my big thing, Usmaan, is this. And shout out to all of you guys, Karl and Usmaan and Bobz and all of you guys that have YouTube channels, because I know you guys just kind of do it and enjoy it. But for guys like me over here in the States, where football is not the most dominant sport, it is becoming it, and it's awesome to see. You guys are like my lifeline. Like I watch all of your stuff, support all your stuff. Even if I think you're spitting nonsense, I'd be like, man, this guy's spitting nonsense. But I'll still support you because I'm a participator, not a hater.
Sean, love for that, man. I'm a subscriber to your channel.
But here's the thing, guys. Like for me, I feel like Ollie is a good manager. I think there's some good things he does. I think there's some basic stupid things he does. Whether, especially some of his substitutions, some of his setups. The fact that sometimes we don't even know what style we are. We know that if we played Leeds every week, we win the league. If you let us counterattack you, we will slap you. However, let's just say this. Is Ollie an elite manager? Because, again, I'm entitled, I'm biased, and I'm a filthy Yank, and I admit it. Here's the truth. This is the best freaking club on the planet. We should have the best. And those dirty bin dippers, I hope you're still watching, Mike, and they're a really good manager, creating system ballers that are basic ballers, but they're good because of Klopp. We need somebody like that we need Ollie to build the stage and take us to that next person. However, I feel like because of sentimentality, it's hard to get rid of someone like Ollie, even if he's not doing the job, because, guys like Karl, they ain't having it. They're over there egging the stadium if Ollie goes. It ain't happening.
All right, let's get Karl. Let's get you. I know you've been patiently, listening to everyone else. It seems the general consensus is that Ollie is the man to take us to a certain level, and then someone grabs the mantle and then obviously goes to the next level. What are your thoughts on what the guys have said, and obviously your thoughts on Ollie, and does he deserve more credit, so to speak?
No, listen. If you troll back through, well, you probably won't be able to delete the old comment. Actually, when I was on the channel, you would have seen me say Ollie's not. I don't think Ollie's the man. I just think he, like Sean said, he's the one that he's built. He's got to build a foundation, and potentially, I said before when he was appointed, I said if he does well, it will do his 2 years, set something up, and then someone else will come in and then take us to that next level. I've never ever said Ollie is going to. Well, I have said Ollie's going to win the Premier League, but I've never.
I never said the whole one. Yeah, I did say.
No, I've definitely said that. But what I mean is like I've gone. He's the greatest manager of the world. I've never said that because he's not. He's not the greatest manager. And I will back Ollie with all of my might. And like Sean says, I will go to Old Trafford and riot if he gets a sack because he does. Where if he finishes third, second, and wins a trophy and gets the boot, mate, I'll be fucking fuming because it's not right, is it? But it's one of them where yes, he's doing the right things at the minute. You look where we are now. We've not been this close to a title at this stage of the season in a long time. Yeah. I know we finished second with Mourinho, but you got to look how far behind we were City. It was not it wasn't even a race. Do you know what I mean? It was just we finished second. And I think like going back to what Bobz and that was saying, I think and Kojo and that was saying like we're it's titles, it's trophies that you're judged on, but you got to also look at the state of the squad that he inherited. He's had three lots of managers team. We spoke about Bobz on Bob's channel a minute ago, and you got to look at, yes, he's had Paul Pogba in there, but apart from that, he's had a half decent Martial, a Rashford that's sort of coming into his own slowly.
Yeah,
and I think this season is the real season where you can judge him on titles because he's got some top players in there, mate. His midfield is one of the best midfields in Europe, in my opinion. It really is. The options we've got on there are phenomenal, apart from Scott McTominay. He's bang average. We got Pogba, Van der Beek, Bruno, the best player in Europe at the moment, mate. Big calls, but he's absolutely on fire. Cavani, experienced striker. Rashford is absolutely incredible at the minute. The way he moves with the ball and what he does with the football is.
He was catching bodies against Leeds, man. They could not handle him.
Mate. Some of the things he does, mate, I have to look twice at. It's ridiculous. And we got an half decent. I know we're leaking goals from set pieces, but we've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and we've got an half decent defence. You know what I mean? So there's a team there that could win a title somewhere within the four that we're in. And I think this season is going to be a big one for Ollie. And I think if he doesn't win a trophy, then we will be in trouble. But I think he does deserve credit for where we've come from in the Mourinho to where we are now. So in retrospect, yes, I know we're Man United, and everyone goes on about, oh, we're Manchester United. Yeah, we are. You're right, but every club goes through a transition period, and I know that's a fucking 7-year transitional period. I get it, but it's slowly starting to sort of.
It's not 30, is it? It's not 30.
No, it's not great, but we've had the managers, we've had born winners. Van Gaal's won trophies. Mourinho, born winner. Yes, he won trophies, but we've never really built on that. But it's now under Ollie. It seems that even the Glazers have sort of gone, hang on a minute, we can see what he's doing here. Here's some players that we want to give you, little by little, like the Telles, even though I don't rate Telles, but he's a half-decent player. You got Cavani, born winner, like I've said. They brought in Van der Beek. They've given him Bruno Fernandes 6 months too late, but they've given him Bruno Fernandes. They bought him a right back, and it's progressing slowly, but it's going in the right direction, I think. For like Sean says, someone else to come in and maybe take us to the next level. But I think he deserves credit for what he's done and where he's taken us from, post Mourinho to now. And that's just my opinion, mate, if I'm honest. But I think he's done all right. Yes, he can be questioned, and I love the guy as a manager, but he's questioned on my channel. From the subs he does, that Fred thing when he got sent off, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. The Tottenham game I fully blame him for as well. And there's loads of other times where I've gone, my God, the City in the League Cup last year, I was livid at as well. And every time he plays 2 CDMs against crappy teams, I'm fuming as well. But he's doing it, mate. I know the league's shit. We're thirds. We're potentially 2 points off the top, mate. So you can't really complain.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I agree with a lot of what you said in terms of I feel like everyone's kind of said the same thing. I feel like everyone's in the same boat in terms of we're just waiting to see what happens come the end of the season. He has done a good job as of but he's not taken us to the next level yet, and he makes stupid decisions consistently, which pisses everyone off. But listen, let's actually go on to what we meant to be talking about, which is Manchester United v Everton in the cup. Kojo, we're coming to you first. Listen, what's the team lineup? Who are you resting? Who are you rotating? Go on, son. What are you saying?
Oh boy, you know what? Yes, I think we can bring Henderson back in. I feel it'll be a nice game for him to come back in. Obviously, he made a mistake in his last period. Actually, no, 2 mistakes in his last period, but it'll be a nice confidence boost for him from the manager to just say, come into this game, find your feet again, maybe try and find a more comfortable performance. Hopefully, the defense can do your job as well. We know Maguire's starting, so no need to go any further with that one. Whoever his partner is going to be, that can change at any minute. I would rest Lindelof personally, but don't know. By the way, if he starts Fosu Mensah, do not ask me to come onto your show because it won't be pleasant. Left back,
fuck yeah,
man, like Timbo.
Funny enough, he's from my country and I don't like him. It's crazy. Right, left back, I would keep. Actually, no.
Did you say Kojo? Say that again.
Oh, that Fosu Mensah's from my country, but I don't like him.
It's like Ghanaian jollof, bro. But anyway, we move.
Listen. Don't let me come and say for your country jollof here. We don't want to do this right now. But anyway, let me speed this up. Telles left back. I would keep McTominay in, but I'll bring in Donny van der Beek and Pogba. I'll rest Bruno and I'll rest Fred. And up front, Greenwood, I would start on the right. I would put Cavani up top because this ban is non-existent, even though it's supposed to happen. And on the left, I'd actually start Martial there. I think Martial needs to play this game because he needs to get a goal and fast. Like he scored recently, but that previous game, he knows he should have scored. I think he needs a confidence booster. This might be the game to do so. So I'll put Martial on the left.
Oh, fair enough. Ali, what's your team? He's gone for a bit of rotation. Obviously, Bruno, Rashford, most noticeably, and Fred. What are your thoughts, Ali? You going for something similar or different?
Yeah, no, I think Kojo spot on. You've got to give Bruno a rest.
Isn't McTominay injured, by the way? He did go off with a groin injury.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you know, but I need to come back because I don't want to say the other M in the midfield. I don't want to say his name.
Say it.
Never. No. Oh, Nemanja, the fake one.
Yeah. Someone said that. I was thinking of you on about, but I was like,
And actually, sorry, I would actually rest Martial and bring in Mata because that's my boy.
Fair enough. I don't know where Green was going to play, but okay. Right, okay, Ali, what do you say?
Yeah,
Oh,
no. I was saying Kojo spot, and I think you should definitely give Bruno a rest. I think Maguire will play. You have Tellez at left back. The midfield, I think Van der Beek has to start. And I think the spot on Martial needs a goal. Yes, he assisted a couple in the last game. His build-up plays really well, but he needs to bury those chances. So get him in that team in that front three. Have Cavani hold that ball up, let him find that space, and he's got to bury it bottom corner, man. So he needs some game time. He needs some goal time. Really.
Yeah, he needs a goal desperately. Sure, what are you saying? What are you going for?
Yeah, I'm with Kojo, except in a couple things. Real quick, I don't want to see McPassion anywhere near this game.
What did I tell you?
Get the strap.
Best newsflash in the league. I told you.
He's not a defensive player, but when he here's the thing, right?
That's
people like to talk about, systems and all this kind of stuff. The game the other day was a perfect example of how I hear people saying all the time about Pogba, right? Oh, Pogba's playing where he played with France. Pogba's playing where he plays with France. Yeah, but he's not playing the same tactically. It's like saying that Tony Pulis's 4-4-2 is the same as Sir Alex's 4-4-2. Get up out of here with that nonsense. Just because you're playing in a position doesn't mean you're playing it the same way. So the other thing is,
shots at Arteta and Pulis at the same time.
McPassion was playing as an attacking player in the 4-2-3-1, more of a box-to-box 8. The guy was like a striker in the academy, plays as number 10. He's okay as an attacking player, and he's a good option to have. He's a tool to come off the bench, but I agree with Karl. He's basic. You got guys on the bench like Paul Abel Pogba, who, by the way, I want to just lean back on what Karl was saying in regard to Ollie and remind people that like to slag off Pogba that for years he's playing with dead ballers like Marouane Fellaini and daggone Andreas, supposed to be Brazilian Belgium Pereira, in front of him, right? And we're expecting Pogba to do what Bruno's doing when this is the first time Pogba's have world-class talent around him. Right, so I don't have time for this craziness about Pogba playing. He has to play CDM half the time in a double pivot. But this I'm bringing in Kojo's favorite guy, Nemanja Matic. I'm going to tell you why.
How dare you say favorite?
No, hold on, Kojo.
We're
We're not having these people talk about, oh, what do y'all think of Sander Berger and all this kind of crap. That dude blew a hammy out, not even keeping up with Matic. We don't want that guy anywhere in the team. Matic was running man down and he's grabbing his hamstring. Man, stop. For me, if Matic can't play in this type of game where he can sit back and protect, there's one monkey wrench I'd throw into the whole plan that maybe none of you guys would agree with. Right back, I'd like to see Ethan Laird because I hear all this stuff about the guy. Okay. AWB needs a rest. Bruno, I think, needs a rest. We burn him out. I think that, there's Marcus needs a rest. I mean, Marcus has been playing with a lot of injuries, man. And so for me, if Ethan is as good as everyone says that he is, I want to see him in games like this or, because honestly, from what I've heard, he's better than Brandon. Now, the thing about Brandon will punch someone in the face and chuck you into the stands. And I got time for that. I'm a Yank. We like stuff like that.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
But at the end of the day, I'm with Kojo, except I would bring in the fake Nemanja. I like that. I'm stealing that, by the way. I'll send the offering your way when the money comes in. And I'd like to see Ethan. Besides that, I'm pretty much with everyone else.
Sorry. Before you continue, what about Pelestri?
Who?
The Parami. The Parami shot.
The Jadon Sancho replacement? Man, stop it.
Why not, man?
Wow.
Put him on the bench, give him maybe 10 minutes, see what he's
I
made
don't think that's a bad shot, to be fair.
Think about this, guys.
Ollie won't do it.
We spent $40 million on a guy who can't even get in consistently in the Serie A. I hope he's a worldie. He's coming in January. We spent $40 million on a player we didn't need when we allowed those clowns down in North London to get a positional player we do need who party, tom, party. Okay, all that party dancing, we could have got him for the same price. So listen, this is the one thing we can't say against Ollie. He's got a bunch of clowns he's working for. We're going to leave that at that.
Look, I don't think anyone's going to deny that. The ball is obviously the problem. Regarding some of the players you mentioned, Laird, look, fair play. I would love to see him. I can't even see that happening in remotely happening. But listen, I hope it does. Saeed, I don't know if you can hear us or not. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Listen, Saeed, you missed the Ollie chat, man. I seen your tweet about Botch straight after winning 6-2 and that. You trying to get yourself killed on Twitter or what? What's going on?
Listen, man. Everyone knows I want Poch, man.
Yeah, I want Poch too, but not right now.
We just won 6-2 and the first thing you tweet is about Poch, man. I swear to God.
Nah, we need to talk about this title, man. This title's there for us, man. This title's there, man.
Listen, what do you reckon, Saeed? Do you think we're winning title? We got bits of Bobz saying we're winning titles here.
It depends, innit? You know what I mean? I think the squad's there. That's why I believe in the squad. You know what I mean? Like the squad is there. It's just you need a manager to kind of put all that together. I think the difference with that is Jurgen Klopp. But you know what I mean? I'm not gonna rage about it no more. I think Ollie's gonna have till the end of the season, and then we'll see from there. And I just don't hope. I hope United fans don't say that it's still Ollie's in transition or whatnot, and you know he's still working with the squad. You know we've got to judge it at the end of the season, and he has to win the trophies, and that's a matter of fact. But we're gonna have to accept that he's gonna be here to the end of the season. I think that's the thing. I think you know a lot of people I tried to trigger a lot of people, but you know what I'm saying they all came at me. You know what I mean? So,
you sick guy, man. You flipping pick and choose your time right here. Okay, regarding the Everton game, what's your lineup? You've heard what the other lads have said. Someone's put Laird in. Who would you put in this team and why?
Yeah, Laird's I think it's his own, you know. There's a lot of times it's been interesting. It's you know, apparently he's meant to be injury prone, so I'm not sure if Solskjaer will want to put him in straight in there. I think you're gonna have to look at maybe obviously Henderson in goal. I would put Brandon Williams at right back. I think Fosu-Mensah's a bit dodgy. I'm not too sure about Fosu-Mensah. I'll put Baye and Tuanzebe if they're available. You just never know if Baye's probably gonna get injury. You know what I mean? Any moment in his career. Then I'll put Tellez at left back, and then I would go with a front three of Pogba, Donny, and Matic. I think he can go in there. I think there's a right blend in there. I think Donny can play in the number 6 or the number 8. And then up top, I'm going with, you know what? Let's give Daniel James another go, man. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
put on the right side, man. Let's keep him going. It's all about momentum now, so let's put him on the right hand side. I would go with left wing. Who's out there, man? You know what I mean? It's a bit of a funny one. I'd probably put Martial in there again, just because I feel like he still needs to get that match rhythm. You know, he needs to feel the ball a bit more. You know what I mean? He needs to get that touch going again and the goals going. So I'll probably put him on the left. And then up top, man, the main man, Edison Cavani, man. You know what I mean? He'll be back. And then hopefully we'll win. I think Everton will be a game where they'll frustrate us, but I think our quality will show. And I feel like we'll win the game comfortably.
Yeah, no, I hope you're right, man. I personally think Everton might rotate their team as well, actually. Because, you know, they've not really got much quality in that team. They've got a good 11, similar to what we had last year. But in terms of squad depth, if that Davies kid's playing, we're winning this game lightweight. Man, give a penalty against
Thank
Arsenal,
you, bro. He's pants.
Dog player. I think he's Scottish as well, if I'm not mistaken. Bobz, on cue. What are your thoughts, man?
Whoa! Hey, he's rattled. He's on mute. He's rattled.
Wow. He muted himself.
Bobz, you're muted.
Stop muting my mic, man.
I was trying to mute you to get, go on.
Listen, what's the slander on the Scottish players for?
There's no slander. I love Scott McTominay's knee slides, but what's wrong with Davies is shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Is he playing? What do you reckon? That's one of the main ad, and if he's on pitch.
What's your question, Usmaan?
The question is, basically, what's your lineup? And is not Ben Davies, the other Davies, is he playing? Because if he is, that's already 1-0 to my night because he's Scottish and he's shit. So, what are your thoughts?
What's your question again, Usmaan? Sorry, I can't really hear you. So, listen, yeah. Forget about Davies for a minute, yeah. Listen, the lineup, yeah. Henderson's got to play, obviously. Brandon Williams has got to play right back. Hold tight for Fosu-Mensah. I don't know what's going on with him, man. He must be playing FIFA or COD with Lingard. Centre backs, I'd love to see Tuanzebe and Baye. Love to see it. Because I think Everton are going to rotate. So I don't see any forward player at Everton getting any change of those two. Like, if they want to fight, Baye and Tuanzebe already. Do you know what I mean? If you want to get at it. Left back, I think you got to keep Tellers there. Got to give him, you know what I mean? Give him a run a game. I hope he plays 3 in the midfield, but I can see he's going to rotate in, and he's probably going to give Matic a game. The Dutch Milky Way kid has to start. Van de Beek has to start. If he don't start, listen. He's got to start, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's near Christmas time, bro. Dutch kids need to be fed with the Milky Ways. Do you know what I mean? So,
say that.
for me, I think Bruno has to start. Personally,
What?
He needs a
Well,
run,
hear me out. Yeah.
Go
You
on.
asked me that. I'm answering the question. The reason I'm saying that is because I don't think this game for Pogba, it might not suit him. I'd like to see him, but I just think the way Everton play. Hear me out. I just think Pogba coming on with the last half an hour, you know, when it's a bit more open and he has a bit more space to manoeuvre in, and then the front three. I want to see Daniel James left wing, right wing. It's a bit of a myth, actually. Pass up front, Cavani. So whoever fancies it in the warm up. Do you know what? I'm just thinking like, in my head. I just think we need to win this game. I'm not up for like okay, he's going to do rotations and stuff, but for me, win the game. And, you know, keep a strong spine, at least, to win the game. And then we can talk about bringing some players and giving them half an hour and stuff. Because it's the League Cup. It's the first trophy that's up for grabs. Let's win it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's trophies at the end of the day. Like I was saying earlier, we want to win trophies. So, at this stage, I wouldn't even bat an island if he played the strongest team, personally. Like, go and win it. So that's my opinion. No, look, Usmaan, you don't have to agree with me, but I'm just giving you my opinion.
I don't agree with you.
No, because don't mug me off because you're like, oh, no. What I'm saying to you is that I want him to play
you're easy to trigger tonight. You're right.
No, bro. Hear me out.
You got a point, You got a point, Bob.
I'm saying that, like,
point there because it's all about the mentality you bring in as well. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have the right mentality to win. Look at City tonight. They're enough strength team, you know what I mean? And they're just absolutely.
I don't agree. I don't think we've got
because look here. What's the point rotating the team to go get beat?
I'm not saying rotating. Listen. Let me just throw some names out there, that didn't really play on the weekend. Van de Beek didn't play. Pogba didn't play. Matic didn't play. Them three. That's a rotation, yeah? You're telling me that's not good enough to beat Everton. Greenwood right wing, he didn't play either. Cavani didn't play either. So that's 5 players I've named off the top of my head. This should be good enough to beat Everton.
Usmaan, you got to remember, when he swapped it around against Everton, West Ham, you know, look what happened in that first
and
half.
I understand the momentum was lost. I hear that as well. But we've got so many games in this Christmas period. What if he plays?
I agree.
It's a game every 2 days.
We have to rotate whether we want. Look, if it's 1 game a week, then I would agree with you guys. Play strongest.
Right, okay. Let me ask you this question: he rotates, we lose. What are you going to say? Pick the wrong team.
But listen.
No.
I will answer it for you. Pogba, Matic, and Van de Beek is 3 fresh players in the midfield. That team should be good enough to beat Everton.
That's not what I'm asking you. That's not what I'm asking you, though. I'm asking you if he changes the team.
We've got quality, though. If he's rotating,
we've still got beat up Tottenham and Palace and stuff.
Yeah, but you're asking me a question. You're not letting me answer.
Okay, yes or no? Yes or no?
You're not letting me answer. You're not letting me answer. I'm telling you the point. So if he's rotating Andres Pereira, Lingard, and Dan James into the team, then you have a point. But if you're rotating Pogba in, Van de Beek in, and Matic, all quality players, then your point's invalid and Greenwood and Cavani. So how?
But no, because we've lost games with all those players on the pitch.
We can lose a game with Bruno on the pitch. We lost against Istanbul with Bruno on the pitch. He's
not
flipping Jesus.
Would you be confident if Bruno was on the pitch? Yes or no?
But so I'd be confident with Pogba on the pitch because I rate Pogba enough and Van de Beek. So my point being is these guys. You're telling me Pogba and Van de Beek should be playing this game? They've not played. They didn't play on the weekend. They barely played the game before. When are they going to play? They're not going to play against Leicester, are they? Do you think Van de Beek starting against Leicester?
I'm just saying. I think we should play the strongest team as possible to go and win the game,
They're good
suit
enough to
out,
win the game.
and go win the league.
I hear I hear what you're saying in terms of playing the strongest players, but they are good enough. That's my point. Right, let's get somebody else in. Look, Karl, let's get you in. What do you reckon? Obviously, you're the last person.
Carl, just tell me fuck off.
Listen, just because I slagged off your shit Scottish midfielder, you don't need to come for me. You know, it is what it is.
Slag off the jollof rice.
Oh, yeah. Don't go there. It kills me. Like, Karl, what do you reckon? Do you agree with Bobz or do you agree with me? Do you think the players that I've rotated in are good enough to win the game? All right, fair enough.
Yeah, no, I agree with Bobz. No, Fernandes has got to have a rest, and he. Tales obviously has to start. Henderson, like you said, I love Bailly, by the way, absolutely mad guy. Bailly, Xavier, same as everyone else, really. Brandon Williams, by the way, shout on Ethan Laird. I'd love him to play, but he's just not going to. Ethan, he's another one. He's great at getting forwards, can be a bit suspect defensively, but he is a top player. I'd love to see Pellistri get a shot as well, but that's not going to happen either. He's been doing really well for the under-23s lately. I think he scored in the last 3 games, so that'd be nice to see him get a run out, but that's not going to happen again. But like you say, Greenwood and that is all going to play. Pogba, Matic probably played Donny.
It was
like you say. This is the
to be rotated in. That's what I'm saying. So do you know what I mean? Which one is it, boys? Is it hashtag free Donny or what?
Well, no, I just think I love Donny van de Beek, mate. I think he should be playing more, if I'm honest. But there's obviously something going on in there. There's, whether Ollie actually wanted him or not, or whether the board have just gone, or Edwin just phoned up Woodward and said, "Yeah, mate, do you want a cheap sign in? We're skint, and we've taken him." It's one of them, innit? But yeah, no, I love Donny van de Beek, mate. I think he should be playing more, and I think because I think it's nailed on that Pogba's probably going to leave in the summer, then he will play. But at the minute, I think he deserves more game time. I think it'd be perfect for him tomorrow. We need a little bit more creativity in there if we're going to take out Bruno and that. I think it could be a game for Mata as well. He's class, Mata. He's just a bit old, isn't he? But Cavani, it's got to be in it. But like it's the glory of a little bit of depth, and a little bit of quality on the bench, a little bit of can change it and still look strong. Happy days.
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, we're just wrapping up the score prediction. They've got upset with now, joking. They need to bounce that in an hour. Right, Annie, let's get your score prediction. What are your thoughts?
2-0 Man United.
2-0. Karl, what do you reckon?
I'm going to go with a close one, like 2-1. 2-1.
It just going to pens, right? It's straight to pens.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
Sean, what do you reckon? You've been very quiet, very patient. You're waiting. What do you reckon?
Being respectful of all the G's. Let me say this: 3-1. First of all, second of all, they all dumped off before I could ask them a question because everyone was sitting here. Saeed, everyone's talking about Daniel James, right? Listen, he's another one of those players that it matters the opponent whether or not you can really use him or not. Yeah. Are Everton going to be that open that he should be playing? See, the problem is we get mad. We say, well, this guy should be playing. But if you're playing a team that's sitting back, because I believe that, first off, Carlo is a world-class coach. He's liable to have them sitting back or something, forcing us to break them down. Dan James isn't the guy for a game like that. Then he gets picked because he did good last game. And then he looks shocking, and everyone's like, oh, he's clueless. The fact is, man, we have to make sure that we're picking the right tools for the job. And so if it's one of those games that's not open, I'd prefer Juan Mata over Dan James playing.
Interesting.
And all y'all that don't agree can at me. There it is right there.
To be honest, I'm not opposed to Mata playing. I think he needs to, again, he's quality, and I wouldn't be opposed to him playing.
I mean, because man like Sonic, he's rapping.
Is Richarlison on that wing? Actually, let me just rephrase that. Is he on that wing? Richarlison play on the left wing? Because if he is, then scratch that Mata comment. Yeah, ignore Mata. Mata's not playing.
That was a diving machine, ain't he?
Yeah, he is exactly.
He is a right. Let me use another British word I've learned to adapt that I love, right? Because I've learned some great phrases from you guys. This is one of my favorites. That Richarlison, right? He's a right git. I don't even know whatever that means, but I like it. I got time for it.
I don't know who's going to teach you that one, but that's a classic. Right, okay, let's just get everyone's thoughts in the comments. Bob's rattle today. Yeah, you know, I tried my best to rattle him. It looks like I succeeded. I agree with you, Bob's. Okay, fair enough. Definitely the burner account. Bob's taking the Iron Brew. Listen, here's what it is. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. My score prediction is 2-1. Beef Bully's gone 2-1. Very specific. Cavani, Pogba, and Richarlison. I'm going to say 2-1 as well. I'm not going to say the goal scorers. No, what? Actually, Martial, he needs a goal. We let him have one. We say Martial and Van der Beek, the most clinical Dutchman in the league. It is what it is. Listen, as always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel before we go. Ali, where can they find you, brother?
Ali_B86, man, Instagram and Twitter.
Say no more. Karl, where can they find you?
Just on YouTube, really, talking shit. That United family, and obviously on Twitter is at Mr. Karl Edgar.
Yes. So, show, where can they find you, brother?
Yeah, on football Twitter, that madness is you can find me at WWReds_show, or I'm new to YouTube world, Worldwide Red Show. Look it up, or catch me in the comments at Usman's or Karl's, because I'll be in the comments on all theirs.
Yes, I appreciate the support as always. Obviously, everybody else's socials is down below in the description. I don't know what their score predictions are, so you'll have to tweet them. Anyways, thank you very much, as always, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow for the fan calling show, and hopefully a happy watching. Apart from that, it's been your boy Usmaan. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.